In this video, we will explore HTML templates, focusing on how to use the template element for client-side templating. Let's dive in and see how templates can simplify your web development process. The template element is a mechanism for holding HTML that is not to be rendered immediately when a page is loaded. Think of it as a blueprint for creating HTML structures. The content inside a template is inert until activated, meaning scripts don't run, images don't load, and so on. The template element itself is not displayed in the rendered page. You can use the template multiple times with JavaScript to create the desired number of copies. It is perfect for client-side templating. Here is an example of a basic template element structure, enclosed within the opening and closing template tags. We have a div element with the class user card, containing a heading that says username and a paragraph for the email address. This template remains hidden until we use JavaScript to bring it to life. Let's explore the key features of HTML templates. First, the content is inert. Scripts don't run, images don't load, and audio or video doesn't play until the template is activated. This prevents unnecessary resource loading and execution. Next, templates are hidden from rendering. Template content is not displayed in the rendered page. It exists in the document object model, but is not visible to users until cloned and appended to the document. Templates offer reusable content. Templates can be cloned multiple times with JavaScript, making them perfect for repeating user interface elements like lists, cards, or table rows. Finally, there is native browser support. No external libraries are required. The template element is supported in all modern browsers, providing a lightweight solution for client-side templating. Now let's look at basic usage. First is the HTML structure. Enclosed within the opening and closing template tags, we have a div element with the class user card, containing a heading and a paragraph. Also, there is a div element with an ID called user container. Here is the JavaScript implementation. First, get the template and container using their respective IDs. Then clone the template content. Next, modify the cloned content by setting the heading text content to John Doe and setting the paragraph's text content to john@example.com. Finally, append it to the document object model by adding it as a child of the container. Here is dynamic data binding with templates. The template has placeholders. Enclosed within the opening and closing template tags, we have a div element with the class product, containing a heading that has the data field attribute set to name, and a paragraph with the data field attribute set to price. Here is how to render multiple items. First, define an array of products with each product having a name and a price. Next, the render products function takes data as an argument. Get the template and the container elements by their respective IDs. Iterate through each item of the data. For each item, clone the template content. Set the data in the template by selecting the element with the data field equal to name and setting its text content to the item's name. Select the element with the data field equal to price and set its text content to the item's price. Finally, append it to the document object model. HTML templates can be combined with web components to create reusable, encapsulated custom elements with their own styling and behavior. The slot element acts as a placeholder that users can fill with their own content, making components flexible and customizable. Here is a custom element with a template. Enclosed within the template tag, we have defined the styling for the card class, like border radius, padding, and box shadow. We also have defined the style for the card title, specifically its font weight. Then there is a div with the class card. Within the card, there is a heading with the class card title. Inside the heading, the slot element has the name title and the default text, default title. And within the div element with the class card content, the slot has the name content and the default text, default content here. Here is how to register a custom element with templates. Start by defining a class named InfoCard which extends the HTML element class. Then, in the constructor, call the superconstructor. Attach the shadow DOM by setting the mode to open. Get the template by the ID info card template. Clone the template content. Attach it to the shadow DOM by appending the template content as a child. Finally, register the custom element by calling customelements.define. The first argument is the name of the custom element, which is InfoCard, and the second argument is the InfoCard class. Here is how to use the custom element. Use the opening and closing InfoCard tags. Within those tags, there is a span element with the slot attribute set to title, and its text is user profile. There is a div element with the slot attribute set to content. Within this div, there are two paragraph elements, one for the name John Doe and another for the email john@example.com. The custom element encapsulates its template structure and styling in the shadow DOM, while allowing content customization through slots. This creates a clean separation between component structure and content. Let's explore the advantages and use cases. First, let's discuss the performance benefits. There is no initial rendering or resource loading. There is reduced memory usage for repeated elements. It is faster than string-based templating. And there are no external libraries required. Some common use cases include dynamic list rendering, data-driven user interface components, custom elements with web components, and client-side content generation. HTML templates can be integrated with frameworks. They can be used alongside modern frameworks. They are a lightweight alternative for simple use cases. They work well with vanilla JavaScript and complement component-based architectures. HTML templates have broad browser support. They are supported in all modern browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and Edge. They are supported on mobile browsers on iOS and Android. And no polyfills are needed for modern applications. Here is a summary. HTML templates provide native client-side templating. Content is inert until activated with JavaScript. They are perfect for creating reusable user interface components. They combine well with web components for encapsulation. And they are a lightweight alternative to framework-based templating. Here are some resources for further learning. Check out the MDN web docs on the HTML template element. Research web components to get a deep dive. Explore the HTML Living Standard to understand the template element. And discover client-side templating techniques. Thank you. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.